So I will be talking this morning, as well as welcoming you all into the talk, about safeguards in meditation, and looking a little bit at reflection and how reflection is a safeguard. So when people think of learning to meditate, they have the impression, this is what I hear a lot and felt it myself too, that meditation is a solo endeavor. And solo in the respect that you should be able to do it on your own, and also that it comes with its own package. You meditate and then it's over. It may not exactly be like church on Sunday, but that's what comes to mind here is you go, you do it, and then you go back into your life. And sometimes it's like separate events. They really aren't connecting. Or it feels like, and this is often more likely, that you hope something takes hold from the meditation and affects your life. And in many cases it does, with just a meditation on its own. And there's also, along with this, a kind of unspoken rule that you should do it every day. So it's not like church on Sunday in this case. You've got to do it every day. And you might even get that idea from our group here because we have a meditation every day. And I think the idea behind daily meditation is that if you do it every day, there's a chance it will affect your life more. There's a chance it will be integrated. And like anything we do daily, I think that is correct. And we've heard from many people that having a daily meditation practice has helped them, has changed their lives. But this isn't always possible, and it's not even always necessary. But how would we know that? So this is where I'm getting to. In reflective meditation, we don't just do meditation on its own. We pair it with something. We pair it with reflection. We pair it with journaling. We pair it with talking about it to ourselves, to others, to a teacher, to a peer. And by putting meditation with something, I think this is a way we're safeguarding. We're safeguarding us to be able to be with whatever our experience is in meditation, because it's not just like the meditation has to hold everything. There's something else that's going to help with it. And I actually liked the wording this morning of safeguarding, being protective of your experience, guarding it with safety, with kindness, and with care, that it's something that really matters, and you're going to get another chance to look at it. So let me see where I am in here. Okay. So I'm a little scattered this morning. So I'm trying to kind of take it slow. But my next paragraph that I wrote, which I didn't remember, I'm going to skip that. And I'm going to go to the following one, which is, reflection is something many of us have been drawn to. I find that that's not uncommon within people who meditate. I came to meditation early in my life, and even though it was moving meditation at the time, I ended up creating a practice where I journaled after it. So I've also journaled my whole life. Like there's, even if I can say this, if you followed me around the bars when I was younger, on all the napkins, there was writing. I used to do that all the time. But there was a way I was really wanting to have my experience be known to me. And RM, we talk about reflective meditation. We talk about the kind of reflection that develops from after meditation. Like that's a different kind of reflection. Looking back on our experience, we recollect our experience, but then we think about it. We have a lot of feelings about it. We alter it and change it. We get to choose what we pay attention to. Doesn't mean just because something happened in the meditation, you have to talk about it or make it into something more. You actually have some choice into what you want to think about after the meditation sitting. And that really our experience has less chance of being left behind when you reflect. There's a less of a possibility that it won't be integrated into our lives. Now, reflection's not foolproof because there's also this chance that our experience won't leave us alone, and it will just keep following us and pestering us, and we can't really attend to it in the way we would like to. But the idea with the reflection that we're cultivating is that we're cultivating the kindness that comes with doing this again and again, and also that eventually we become more curious. In my kind of worldview, I don't always see curiosity as the first thing that comes. It often comes after I'm a little bit more able to be kind to myself and my experience. So I'm going to give an example. I don't know if this works, but I'm going to try it because last night I spoke with a high school friend that I had not spoken with for 40 years. We had a situation in high school that really took us both in different directions. And I met with her on Zoom, and I had about a week to think about meeting with her. And this one experience was really kind of small in the scope of life. And yet I hadn't thought about it for years, and it became magnified in my meditation sittings. I started to really have expected myself to handle the situation differently than I could in high school, like expecting myself to know what I know now back then. And so when it came up in my meditation, I started to become more curious about it, and wondered if she was curious about it too, and if she would want to talk about it. It felt like I was really taking myself seriously and not just kind of putting it off and saying, oh, that didn't matter that much. It was so long ago. She probably never thought about it. So I didn't ignore this coming up. And even for a few days, it became dominant. It was kind of like all I thought about. There's not much else. But yet, in reflection, I saw that there was other things going on in my meditation sittings. So it helped me really realize even that when something becomes very focused or large, it isn't really the only thing going on. And I am attending to other things, even while I am experiencing something being magnified in my sitting and in reflection. But one of the things that ended up happening was I was able to talk with her about this situation and say the things that I would have liked to have said then, now. And this was a really healing experience that I was able to say, I wish that hadn't happened. I wish we hadn't had to go our separate ways, that I would have that I would have handled it differently. And she was able to say, you don't have to apologize. We didn't know what we were doing. I survived that. And it was a very minor thing, but I don't want to say it just in case she listens to this someday. I don't want her to have her situation out there. But I think the biggest thing was I could actually talk from the place that I'm at now, and I had that opportunity to do that. And to have a healing experience from meditation and reflection. And I'll say one other thing is that it was quite stimulating. And we've been talking about meditation being psychoactive. And I really think reflection is psychoactive too. I didn't sleep last night. I was so excited about this and reviewing the situation. And this is a common side effect of meditation, insomnia. And being overstimulated. It happens a lot on long retreats, but here I'm seeing, it can happen in my daily practice too. So I'll leave you with one Dharma point that I feel is really important, and we talk about this in our book. It's a Pali term. It's sa-parisa, and it's an honest meditator, and it's something that the Buddha talked about. It's in the Pali Canon. It was something that in early Buddhism was really important that we teach ourselves to become honest, self-honest meditators. And an honest person is able to be true to themselves and true to others and comfortable in their own skin. Now, I'm just going to change that a little bit because I'm not so comfortable in my own skin today because I'm so tired. But I am true to myself and able to, talk about this experience and integrate it. And so we may or may not be comfortable in our own skin, but the self-honesty is the most important feature of that. Okay, so I'll end the meditation talk